amiga. Estás escuchando the Spanish Conversation Podcast and the primer episodio of Intermediate. Hoy we have 8 questions you can ask to use the interrogative word for how, cómo. If you finished all 10 episodios from beginner, I think you're ready to give this episode and the next 9 a try. If you had a tough time with the first 10, it could be good to go through them each one more time and then regresar. I'll still be aquí waiting. Repetition is how we learn, and the first try won't always make things stick, especially if you aren't studying the words and phrases outside of listening, lo cual could really ayudar. Okay, I'm almost off my teacher soapbox. Last thing is, I always recommend taking some notes, and repeating the questions aloud after me is a good plan too. Okay, by now I'm sure tú sabes the formato we follow. Vocab, questions explained, random questions en silencio. Cool? Vaya. Let's kick off with the vocabulario. Conseguir is to get. La reserva is the reservation. Funcionar is to work or function. Resolver is to resolve. El pasado is the past. Pagar is to pay. Registrarse is to sign up or register. Saber is to know information. Okay, next step, the preguntas and their traducciones. Número 1. ¿Cómo me registro para el tour? How do I register for the tour? Registrarse is a reflexive verb, so if you are in a group that wants to register, be sure to adjust the pronoun and conjugation to nos registramos. Número 2. ¿Cómo podemos conseguir una reserva? How can we get a reservation? You can also use obtener for to get in terms of something tangible like price, book, or answer. You could swap podemos for podríamos if you want to say could we get using the conditional tense. Número 3. ¿Cómo sabré si está funcionando? How will I know if it's working? I am envisioning speaking to a professional helping you step by step with an issue, such as an issue with illness requiring medication or troubleshooting problems with your internet service. Here you are asking how you will know that the steps you took or changes you have made are working. You could swap está funcionando for funcionara, or the imperfect subjunctive for if it worked. Número 4. ¿Cómo puedo pagar? How can I pay? This is a simplified version of the question, what payment methods do you accept, with less tricky vocab, a repeat from the beginner episode on price. Feel free to swap out the yo for nosotros, or the generic ¿Cómo se puede is how does one. Número 5. ¿Cómo podremos resolver este problema? How will we be able to resolve this problem? Similar to number 2, this is a how question with poder that we could swap for the more simple podemos of how can we instead of the futuro of podremos. Número 6. ¿Cómo recomendarías que procedamos? How would you recommend that we proceed? This one's a bit formal and maybe best in a professional setting, but it's a great way to ask for the next steps, similar to cinco, in getting to the result you want. If proceed is new, you could try seguir, progresar, or continuar to show the continued progress on the project. Número 7. ¿Cómo lo has hecho exitosamente en el pasado? How have you done it successfully in the past? When tackling a project, problem, or task and wanting some guidance, this is a way to make the other person feel like the expert while also extracting some knowledge about the project or process in question. You can switch lo for a more specific pronoun like la, los, or las if in reference to a noun from a previous sentence. This would be a DOP or direct object pronoun. And número 8. ¿Cómo funciona esto? How does this work? A more generic question that will likely have a detailed response. This could be useful in a transaction, such as trying to hire someone or when buying a complicated product or service. You can replace the generic esto with a more specific this product, este producto, or some other specific noun. Just make sure to make the adjustment to esto. Well, all right. Are you feeling listo or lista to responder? Espero que sí. ¿Cómo puedo pagar? Mi respuesta es, or my answer is, con tarjeta de débito, crédito, efectivo, o PayPal. Efectivo, you'll remember, is cash. ¿Cómo podremos resolver este problema? Mi respuesta es, buena pregunta, no lo sé. Creo que la cosa mejor que hacer sería llamar a la oficina para ver si tiene ideas de cómo cerrar el caso. Here I'm suggesting the oficina or office to assist us. ¿Cómo funciona esto? Mi respuesta es, bueno, necesitas descargar la app y entonces puedes controlar los ajustes a través de tu teléfono, en lugar de en el aparato, que es más difícil. What does it sound like I'm describing? ¿Cómo recomendarías que procedamos? Mi respuesta es, en este momento es mejor esperar 2 o 3 días para que el gobierno pueda responder por correo electrónico. Si intentas llamar hoy, es posible que no contesten o que esperes mucho tiempo. Ah, the classic wait for the government to answer response, laden with subjuntivo at the end. ¿Cómo lo has hecho exitosamente en el pasado? Mi respuesta es, yo típicamente envío invitaciones digitales y cuando tengo la lista de invitados, empiezo a planear cuánta comida necesitamos y cuántas sillas, refrescos, etcétera, que deberíamos tener en el evento. De esta manera, no tienes que cambiar los números después de saber cuántas personas vienen. That was a lot. What does it sound like I do for a living? ¿Cómo me registro para el tour? Mi respuesta es, no importa, puedes hacerlo a través de nuestra página web o si prefieres llamar y hacerlo así, te puedo dar el número. Así is like that, and what are my choices? ¿Cómo sabré si está funcionando? Mi respuesta es, bueno, los síntomas deberían empezar a bajar dentro de 3 días de tomar los medicamentos. Si no experimentas ningún beneficio en ese tiempo, es posible que necesitemos cambiar a otro tipo de medicina. Síntomas are symptoms. In this medical scenario, what is the person supposed to do? ¿Cómo podemos conseguir una reserva? Mi respuesta es, pues es casi imposible conseguir una reserva con 2 días de aviso en el verano, como que el restaurante es tan popular. Recomiendo llamar el mismo día para ver si tuvieran alguna cancelación. Tuvieran is past subjunctive if they had any cancellations. Is it easy to get a reservation here? Okay, then. Buen trabajo. We are terminados con el episodio. I hope you enjoyed this first intermediate listener episode on how and can create your own ideas off of the above templates. If you haven't done so yet, hop over to gringaconsulting.com/products to check out other ways to take your Spanish to the next level. See you next time. Nos vemos.